is right around the corner. I mean, less than a month, right, before we get to see the Prime Major for Latin America all the way down there in Puebla, which I hope that we'll be seeing a lot of players down there. And this is the rematch. This is Bryan versus SuperDog. I think this is in the main bracket now, so a different type of play, but I think that Bryan is not trying to repeat the result that he got last time.
That's right. Now we're gonna see 3 stocks for Mario, 3 stocks for Pokemon Trainer, and well, it's gonna be a pretty. Oh, that's gonna be that stock, a pretty early stock in game. Great down tilt into the water, and now Bryan's gonna take a whole stock late because he's only 50% and making damage right now.
Yeah, no, very great stuff. But let's see. Whenever like. One thing is what Bryan was putting himself by the ledge quite a bit, and that is exactly where Mario shines. So, if SuperDog is able to capitalize on that again, like we could see a lot, and the DI was completely in that Ivysaur, losing the stock quite early, but SuperDog making magic happen, right? It's not like any of those combos is super easy, and you still have to get the execution right. So, he's been proving, like, that result from a Squad Strike might have been unexpected, but I mean, it's not undeserved as he has been letting those uppers rip, and Bryan really hasn't had an answer.
That's right, and I also love how SuperDog is just taking advantage of those platforms to be able to take the stocks on the ceiling, and he knows it's Pokemon Stadium, he knows he can go for those, and he's gonna take the stocks, and after losing the stock so early, this is just even and great way to come back on stage with the early Obby to avoid the downer from Ivysaur.
Oh, just jumping. I think SuperDog is going to be very keen to that type of defensive option if Bryan elects to repeat it further down the line. No up smash though, like knowing that it's very fast option. SuperDog even drifted back to try and make the bait happen. Bryan very ready for that as well. Last stock for SuperDog though, and this is the spacing war that I was talking about earlier with Charizard. Not only is he going to survive further, not only does he have extra options to try and get Mario away from that shield, but also he has the spacing tools, so great work there. Almost 70% just fooling with Charizard, and now Bryan sticking to his guns to the Squirtle, which I think is the character that he feels the most comfortable with, along with this Ivysaur that it could make things happen. But SuperDog, we've seen this happen. Once he gets hit, he could very well take the stock.
And that's right. Now we're gonna see the Ivysaur trying to get this stock, because I'm pretty sure Mario could juggle around Charizard and the up air on stage. The upper is gonna be enough and great way to finish the game. We're not gonna see this crazy one stock last hit game for the first game, but let's see what we're gonna see next from SuperDog, because we saw a pretty early stock and also SuperDog being able to just bring it back. It ended up being a pretty close game, even though it started that way, and that's something I'm loving about this tournament. We're just seeing a great mentality from our players.
Great mentality from our players here, and once again, when it's clutch time, that wedding suit comes into play. Bryan managing to correct the mistakes from the past, getting that first game, and no extension though. I thought that was going to be an upper, perhaps not wanting to stale it, as that has been one of the main ways that he's been taking the stocks with the Ivysaur. However, the Squirtle combos, once they start going as well, both these characters, there's a reason why they call Squirtle like Pokemon Mario, right? Because like they do a ton of damage once they do get in. And the thing is, also, like, I think Squirtle has a couple of confirms that he could very well take advantage of with the Javelocks. So it's all gonna come down to the platform play versus the play on the ground. And as Ivysaur comes in, of course, a lot more platform play, and the DI once again just getting mixed. And SuperDog's best friend has definitely been that downer, closing out the stocks all the way up or even on the platforms.
And that's right, he knows. Like, he's been taking advantage of Pokemon Stadium so well. Like we saw him in Battlefield, and yes, he has the platforms, and yeah, he can just juggle around and extend himself so well. But in Pokemon Stadium, we've seen SuperDog take so early stocks, and every time with that downer all the way up on stage.
Ooh, that up B pushing through the flamethrower. And the up B, once again, you already know, of course it's going to be the downer. I think Bryan was ready to DI. He was maybe trying to mix up the DI going in for the next upper or to try and avoid the rest of that up B. But SuperDog was like, nah, I'm getting this downer, and you already know it's getting the stock.
And he got the stock even from Charizard. It just went straight up. Squirtle not being able to take this stock. And here, SuperDog with a 2-stock lead. He can feel comfortable. He doesn't even have to go in. And now we're going to have a stock less. It's going to be a 1-stock lead. And the same, SuperDog doesn't even have to go in. He could just play a little bit more patiently. Mostly because we're having Squirtle, and Squirtle can make damage.
And damage he was making, but SuperDog is saying also I can make the damage happen. And so he starts with the right foot here at the last part of this second game. It is still 2 out of 3 territory, so pretty much like SuperDog definitely needs to get this W to keep his winner's bracket life intact. Next backer, and what a tomahawk from SuperDog, though beautiful DI as well from my man Bryan, and not being able to abuse the platforms like I thought he was gonna be able to do. Like just the way that Ivysaur operates on Pokemon Stadium really wants to depend on those confirms with the backer from falling by the platform. So perhaps like further down the line we could see that if Bryan manages to make it. I don't think there was many options there for SuperDog. And this time around, Bryan respecting the fact that downer could come into play and the trade when you least expect it. We did see Bryan do that earlier with the up air from Ivysaur, but this time around, it was the Ivy that was getting up aired, and SuperDog reacting super fast, able to get the W. And this is an even set, which honestly at this juncture is exactly what I was expecting.
And that's right, we're gonna get a 2-stock from SuperDog. And I don't know if we're gonna keep seeing the Pokemon Trainer, or we're gonna see a switch in the character, or if Bryan's gonna feel more comfortable with the stage he picked, because we're going again with Pokemon Trainer, and we're gonna go to Town and City. We have the platforms, but they're not gonna stay there all the time. The ceiling is higher, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to see a change in gameplay from both players. And here we go.
Oh, most definitely so. However, this is the dangerous part. Exactly because of that, Bryan tries to get the Gimp. And SuperDog, even though his life was at risk, he still was ready for the next one. You'll be barely not losing that stock because, of course, Town and City now high on the ceiling and low, closer to the blast zone on the sides. Bryan very aggressive whenever he knows that you're about to run out of that invincibility, and no downer this time around, just SuperDog trying to bait something out of Bryan, and it has been working out so far. He's been mixing up those DIs, and once again, the downer's super effective whenever he has to cover that area, but he gets very careless, and he will get back thrown. Rage Ivysaur that close to blast zone, that was definitely going to be the stock.
And that's right here, Bryan taking advantage of the stage pick, using the platforms in his advantage. A great way of patiently waiting for the backer that we all usually just go for. But here we're gonna go again with a pretty even game to stocks. Squirtle, Mario in stage, and again looking to see who can start the strings and make the damage.
And damage is right there. Pretty much even at this point. Very aggressive from SuperDog, of course, trying to take advantage of those fireballs. And oh my god, the way that he's responding. These guys are playing back and forth. I love what I'm seeing. SuperDog will get the stock again. It didn't look like it was going to kill. However, Ivy just flying all the way to the right. And this is very dangerous now for Bryan. This is go time, and we've seen SuperDog is able to clutch this out. So, to no one's surprise, the Mario main here is trying to make it happen. And I mean, BryanZ, I wouldn't say desperation, but it feels like he's playing a little more on edge than he normally is.
And that's right. He's gonna try and he will want to try and get the stock. He's gonna get the grab and not gonna be able to take the stock. It's still not damaged enough, but the up B wouldn't grab the edge, and BryanZ gonna react pretty well to get the downer. But SuperDog's coming out pretty cautious. He's just making damage, getting all the hits, charging the smash.
What? Okay.
Bryan tried to do the uppy and tried to get the hit under the stage, but that didn't help because he just went in front of the forward smash.
I think he died exactly because he didn't try to do that. Like, I believe that he was trying to rise with like maybe a Razor Leaf or some other of Ivysaur seed boxes, because that up B if you